Hello and welcome to yet another cube. We open up Meloko and Kiora. Obviously Kiora is the better card, already commits us to two colors though. One is a fixed color, so that's okay. So I'm gonna pick Kiora, but let's look at the rest. Everflowing Chalice shouldn't wheel, but if it does, I'm happy with picking it up. Search for Tomorrow would be fine, but I obviously want one of these three. Maybe Windswept Heat would be fine as well. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards I wouldn't mind seeing wheel, and maybe Tidings wheels, but that's about it I think. I don't see Miscalculation wheeling, I don't see Meloko wheeling. Search Tomorrow has a likelihood of wheeling as well. Everflowing Chalice shouldn't wheel, but yeah, we're gonna first pick Kiora. I mean, we have changed some decks to splash this card as well. And then actually never played it I think in that entire series. Just because we never drew it, or we played it once against the Chandra and then realized it didn't work that way, so that wasn't that great. So here we have Polycrons, but I think green again has a lot of issues. I think we want to force blue a little bit, like pick up Ruthven Cloudskate here and go creature based blue, but there's also a Strip Mine which keeps open our colors. Now I think Ruthven Cloudskate is a good enough creature to pick up here. It looks a bit more blue intense, but obviously it's usually cast for suspend anyway, so it's a bit cheaper than you'd think it would be. And there's not a lot of 2-drops in blue creatures anyway. There's Luthriel Core, there's stuff like Willbender, the 1-3 and the 1-2, Agro Bolas, and what's the other one? Is there a 1-2? Nah, I'm thinking about another card. So only Agro Bolas, which is probably a card I wouldn't run in a way. Not a big fan of that card in Cube, so. There's Remand, Cloudfin Raptor, Spectral Position, Livebane Zombie. I guess we'll go for Remand. It's obviously better than Cloudfin Raptor, I think. It's an okay card, it's obviously not a nuts, but I mean, at this point we're these colors, or at least blue, or trying to force blue. Obviously having a 2-drop counter stops me from suspending there, but you know, Remand is good in the early game to stall, or good in the late game to, you know, bounce some ridiculous big spell that they're casting and just buying time. So we get past the Ghoul Draz Assassin. There are some green cards in this, but not that great. There's Arcane Sanctimus fix later on if you can wheel it, which seems unlikely. There's also Soul of Ravnica, but as I said, I really don't like this card. 6/6 flyer for 6. Maybe that's the only reason we would run it, 6/6 flyers for 6, but then there's Gultraz Assassin, which is pretty good. But it does commit us a lot to black. Let's pick up the blue card and just cut it from our left. Shapeshifter versus Condescend versus the Ranged Hermit versus Voice. Voice again would be another splash into white, which I don't want. So it's counter versus Shapeshifter. We already have 2 decent creatures. I think Shapeshifter is better than Condescend here. It's a pretty good effect. What can I pair it with? It already works with Cloudskate, so yeah. We get Earling, but we also get Llanowar Elves. There's also Llanowar Waste in case we want to go black. We haven't seen a lot of green, by the way. So maybe green is our splash and we're still looking for a second color, and then we don't want Llanowar Elves. Maybe we want Llanowar Wastes because a lot of black has been passed to us. And pick it over Earling. Like, Earling is obviously a fine card, but do we need it? Let's go with the Waste and see where this brings us. So there's Mystic Snake, which again is a fine card to be in our splash maybe. There's also Hippie, but I think Mystic Snake is a bit better. It is in our 2 colors at this point, and we're not committed to a 3rd color yet, so might as well pick up something else then. There's some Petal Grove, which is another possible fix. I don't think any of the other cards are that strong, so I think I just want to pick some Grove and keep like my options open. Maloko Wield, no way. There's also Stunted Growth, but I think Maloko is a bit stronger if you like open opposition. Strip Mine Wheels, slamming that one. Like Willbender is fine, but there's a Strip Mine. And 4 red cards, so only a single red player probably, which will be facing up in the first round. Yeah, sometimes I feel like I get unlucky just getting paired against someone a red player all the time. Cloudfin Raptor Wheels, not really a card I'm looking to play, but might as well pick it here. Like it's a blue card. We actually have gotten all blue cards and 3 lands. So blue does seem to be open. Another splash possibility, I think they're better than these. So we're keeping our options open with these. Smokestack versus Tectonic Edge. I think Smokestack has more possibility. Is a Maru maybe? Probably not. And then last pick, Blastoderm. It's an okay card. Probably not what I want to run though. Yeah, Mystic Snake with Vesuvian Shapeshifter does not work. It works if I can get Hot White. What's it called? I'm really bad at names. There's a white card that makes a creature blink, and then it has flashback in blue, so that's an okay card. But at this point we're just looking, are we gonna go green main as well, or are we gonna go another color main with blue and then splash green, because we already have three possible fixes here. If we get a Crucible with Strip Mine, we're definitely gonna pick that. Let's first see what we get. So there's Metamorph, Preordain, pretty bad card here. There's Stoneforge Mystic, which is fine if I would have an equipment, which I don't, but there's still 2 packs to go. So maybe Stoneforge is a bit better, but then we're gonna go white just to have Stoneforge, while we can just run the equipment anyway. I think in that case, Phyrexian Metamorph is a stronger card. Just copy creatures. Hornet Queen might even wheel, it's not that strong. Misty Rainforest is definitely a card I would want, but I don't think I'm gonna first pick it. Seeing that we're just, in 2 colors here, so I'm gonna pick the Metamorph. And we get Vidalca Shackles. Vidalca Shackles, Wake Thrasher, Effect of Fiction. Probably Shackles is obviously better, but I mean, Wake Thrasher is also a pretty good card. Then there's Woodland Cemetery in case you want to go black with it, but again, no black in this. But can pass up a Shackles like I first picked this card previous times. This card is really good. There's Watery Grave, just in case you want to go black, but again, no black cards that were like want that. There's also Pluto Delta, so I think Sphere of the Suns is a bit better than Worm Power Stone given our deck. That is a 2-drop, and then we can accelerate into Kyora. So Sphere of the Suns seems to be the pick to me, and maybe one of the 2 lands will wheel in case I want to go black, but Sphere is obviously a fix as well. It's Accelerant. It's limited Accelerant, of course. Let's put this to the side. Don't really want to play that, I think. It's limited Accelerant, but as soon as you get to the later game, you should have enough mana already. And maybe I can pick up Tinker into Shackles or something. Nah, sucks. But yeah, not really anything interesting out of those packs, just trying to draft a consistent deck. Like Phyrexian Metamorph is also a 3-drop, Vesuvian Shapeshifter is also a 3-drop, Rifting Cloudskate is a 2-drop, so these are obviously a bit more to the left. So my curve is actually a bit better than it looks like here. Okay, so this guy is a slow one, got it. Like, how the hell am I not getting a pack, but guy just made his pick. We get Radiant Rider and Breeding Pool. There's a lot of cards here. Life from Loam's likely gonna wheel, in which case I'm probably gonna pick it up. But Radiant Rider is just too good, right? It's good with Mystic Snake, it's good with Drifting Cloudskate. It's good with shackles maybe even, but I mean it's just a strong card in general, strong control card. It's fine if you can get like Woodfall Primus wheeling, but probably not. I think like Life on Loam will wheel. And I'm not so sure yet if I'll pick it up. I might. Depends on which cards also wheel. Trinket Mage, don't really have a target for it yet. Fire Sprout is okay, but I don't think I want to splash for that. Just to have some AoE. I think I want to try and run this card once more. But we obviously need more creatures for this to be effective. Not a lot of green getting past. So there's Herald, but there's also Hinterland Harbor, which fixes. It's not an island though, so that's a bit of an annoying one because of shackles, but I think it's still fine. Like I don't see why I would jump into another color here for any of these cards. Obstinate Bailout probably the pick. Like we do want more creatures, but then we don't keep ourselves open for another color, and in that case Repeal might be better. It's a tough one, I think. If we just stay 2 colors, it's obviously better for us. In that case, Bailout is a pick. It's better than Repeal, I think. But if I do jump into... Nah, let's pick the Bailout. Like, we need creatures. What am I complaining about? Kira versus Wall. I think Kira is a bit better. It's a flyer. It gives my creatures protection. Wall is obviously a pretty good card, but I can't pass up a Kira. Given the deck I'm trying to run here. It's a 2-drop. Does this get countered then? Yeah, right. Yeah. Still think Kira is correct. So Beast Within Wheels, Misdirection Wheels, discard scrap. Beast Within probably, but I've never run this card main deck lately because I've started disliking it a little bit. So maybe this Misdirection is better, or maybe this is just to splash some red card. Nah, Misdirection it is. It seems weird not to pick the Beast Within because most people are like, yeah, it kills Planeswalkers and so on. I agree, but I'm probably not gonna run it main deck, so I might as well not pick it then. Over card I might run main deck. Taurant, Fairy Conclave Field, so the 2 lands got picked, so 2 people are blue as well. That seems odd. Void Mage Prodigy, we have 1 wizard, so I think this is a bit better. Although we don't really play a lot of those cards now. Prodigy is probably better because I do have like a wizard somewhere. I should have a wizard somewhere. Probably not. So Woodfall Primus Wield and Life from Loam. Gotta be quick here. Life from Loam only have 1 target. Woodfall Primus seems better. As a late game card. Probably not playing the Misdirection. Got these fixes I'm not gonna run. I guess this is the more annoying card against me. Mystic Gate is okay if I like open another white card. Might not run this. Let's look at Wizards. Yeah, the thing why I took Void Mage Prodigy over Tyrant is I run one instant or sorcery, so it only, yeah, if you count Celestial Techniques of course too, but wasn't even sure, or still I'm not sure if I'm gonna run that. So we opened Elspeth, which is a pretty nutted white card, but there's also Dungeon Geist and Glenlendra. I don't think I wanna splash Elspeth. There's also Tropical Island as a fix, but that's not really that needed. The question is, do I like Dungeon Geist over Glenlendra? I think I do. Although Glenlendra is pretty good, and maybe Chasm Skulker or Dungeon Geist Wield, but 2 people seem to be black and blue, so Dungeon Geist is gonna be a high priority pick for them as well, but so is Glenlendra. And we only have like no hard counter at this point, so I think Glenlendra is a bit better than. We don't really have big beef outside of these 2. But Glenlendra has to be the pick here, it's really strong. And we get Sour, Survival, which I don't think I'm gonna run. There's also Scavenging Ooze. Like these are reactive. This is a reactive card. This is an okay card. This is a pretty strong one. This is also pretty strong, but I think I want creatures. Is Ooze better than Sour? Like there's plenty of green here. This might wheel, so if I pass this, there's two really good green cards, and this might wheel. So I'm gonna pick the Sour instead. We get Noble Hierarch versus Acidic Slime versus Wall of Roads. Hierarch seems strong, but Acidic Slime is also pretty strong. Especially if I have like Trader Strider active, then it's just a lock at a certain point. But Noble Hierarch is a strong card. And it's a creature. Well, this is a creature as well. Let's pick this and hope one of the other two wheels. It's a tough pick though. Like Acidic Slime is really good. You can't underestimate the strength of that card. And then of course we get like Elvish Mystic, but there's also Wasteland and Serendipity and Impulse. And Sakashima even. I think Efrit is a bit better, although Sakashima is okay, but I think it's with already having two copy effects, it's a bit too greedy. Like we'd only do it because of the ninjutsu then. And I think Serendipity is a bit stronger, especially against aggro decks. So let's go for that. Wasteland doesn't seem to be an issue against me, so I might as well not pick it there. Icy Scepter doesn't work in my deck this time. So you also don't have an answer against this. Reviarch, maybe we run it ourselves actually, so might as well pick it up here. Detention Sphere is a fine card to splash for as well. But I think that's a bit too greedy then. Because we then probably want a Flooded Strand. Maybe like Indrik Stomp Howler is a bit better, but you're forced to do so. But it's a good sideboard card. We already have two White Fix 3 with Sphere of the Suns. Do we want to splash those? Nah, let's just pick up the Stomp Power and see. So there's Rampant Growth, another Accelerant. There's Ravages of Wars. There's also Spell Pierce and Serum Visions though. I think Spell Pierce is a bit better than these two, so let's pick up that one. One card too many, probably the Reviarch here. Because splashing that, yeah, we do have a bunch of targets for it. Like Shapeshifter works with because it's a 0/0. Cloudskate works. Give me a sec. Okay, my apologies for that. So we did have some choices here. I'll just pick up the Rude Awakening, I guess. we did have some surgeons like Edric Spymaster versus Sakura. I think Sakura, given that I already have 2 Exorans, wasn't that needed. Regrowth versus Seagate Oracle. Seagate Oracle, but probably won't play it. So we already moved some things around, and that's why I did that. So playing 2 cards too many. Edric Spymaster, of course, a bit better because we already have Excelruns and not that necessary. Here I'll just pick up a Greater Gargadon and not play it. I think I won't play the Tactics, I'm sorry, and probably not a Prodigy then. This isn't a wizard. How many wizards do we have? Like Maloku, but seems unlikely to ever want to sacrifice Maloku. The tokens it creates aren't wizards. We got Dungeon Guys to wheel as well. Sour is a wizard. Kira is not a wizard, right? No, it's a spirit. So this is their... Stop doing this to me, game. This is there. This is there. So it looks pretty solid. Like maybe a bit too much in the 3 and the 4, but I do think I want to keep in Reclamation Sage, because this is a May effect compared to in the Storm Power. You have to. Give me a sec while I drink a little bit and think about this. Maybe Wake Thrasher is the worst card. But it does apply a lot of pressure against some decks. And that's a Merfolk, right? Not a Merfolk Wizard. It's a Merfolk Soldier. Bailout seems fine to be gaining life. Maybe this card is gone. And then just keep this in as beef. Late game beef, like this. We go mid range, we have 18 creatures. With Radiant Riders. There's a card that wheel that was like whole Dungeon Guys wheel, by the way, which is pretty nice. That's a card that wheeled. There were some interesting cards out of the pack, like there was Glenlander Dungeon Guys, which I was doubting about, like which of these 2 am I gonna pick. Then Dungeon Guys wheels, so that's nice. The pack with the Noble Hierarch had another card that was like maybe Scavenging Ooze. Scavenging Ooze didn't. No, Scavenging Ooze was a pick against another creature, like not Noble Hierarch. I'm not sure what I picked Noble Hierarch over. Sorry, because of the phone call, I'm a bit, but I'm definitely happy seeing that I have so many 3-drops here that I picked up Noble Hierarch. Folk Mage Prodigy, how good is this gonna be? Like it's a pressure spell. It's a second morph, so it has some effect with Vesuvian Shapeshifter, mind gaming your opponent there. And I do have like 2 other wizards, which might be effective. It's definitely better than this, I think. I really don't think this card is good. Cause 6/6 flyer, we have 1 flyer, 2 flyer, 3 flyer, 4, 5, 6. We already have 6 flyers. We're gonna keep in the strip mine. I think that's a bit too much of that and a bit too little of this. Although, like this. Then we have 7 green sources. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blue. Well, we're definitely blue, maining blue, but do want to make our land drops in green as well. And we do have Noble Hierarch as fakes, Fury Summons as fakes. Woodfall Prime is maybe then worse than Soul of Ravnica because of this mana base. Nah, it's fine. I'll submit and see you guys for round 1.